Imagine a dusty road stretching toward a military base, the kind of place where secrets hum beneath the surface, and every stranger's glance feels like a test. At noon, under a relentless Virginia sun, a woman steps up to the checkpoint of Fort Brenner. Her name is Sarah Mitchell. She's 42, dressed in faded work clothes, a worn canvas jacket hanging loose on her frame. Her olive backpack, caked with dust, slumps against her shoulder. In her hand, a temporary visitor pass. The young guards, Private Ryan Ellis and Sergeant Nate Carter, squint at her ID expired. 2 weeks past due. Ma'am, this pass is no good. Open the bag now. Their voices are sharp, suspicious. Sarah doesn't flinch. She unzips the bag slowly, her face calm, almost too calm. The guards dump everything onto a metal table. Tools, a soldering iron, a digital optic calibrator, a folded map, a heavy logbook stuffed with notes. Military, grade gear, stuff a civilian shouldn't have. Carter's eyes narrow. Where'd you get this? You're not cleared for any of it. Sarah stays silent, her gaze steady, like she's faced worse than 2 overeager soldiers. The air grows heavy. Ellis rips into the bag's lining, and a folded cloth tumbles out. A patch. A gray wolf fading into fog. The guards don't know what it means, but something about it feels dangerous. They press harder, voices rising. Who are you? Why's this gear in your bag? Sarah doesn't answer. She just stands there, patient, like she's waiting for the world to catch up. This is the story of a woman who doesn't exist, a ghost who walked through fire and chose to vanish. Until today. Stick around, because what happens next? If stories like this speak to you, hit the like button and subscribe. There's more to come. The guard's suspicion isn't just protocol, it's instinct. Sarah's expired pass, her calm defiance, the gear, it all screams trouble. Ellis, barely 22, feels the weight of his first real test. He's seen civilians before, contractors mostly, but none like this. Her silence unnerves him. Carter, older, harder, senses something deeper. This isn't a smuggler or a spy. This is something else. They tear through her logbook, pages dense with technical notes, radio frequencies, cryptic diagrams. Carter mutters, "This looks like classified stuff. How's a civilian got this?" Sarah's eyes don't waver. She could explain, but she doesn't. Not yet. The checkpoint is a pressure cooker now. Other soldiers glance over, curious. A small crowd forms. Sarah's presence is a puzzle, and the pieces don't fit. Her tools aren't just advanced. They're custom, the kind you don't buy off a shelf. Her map, worn but precise, marks coordinates that match restricted zones. Ellis picks up the patch, turning it over. What's this symbol? Some kind of unit. Sarah's lips twitch, almost a smile, but she says nothing. The guards are in over their heads, and they know it. Carter's about to call for backup when a shadow falls across the table. A senior officer, Colonel Daniel Harper, pauses mid-stride. His eyes lock on the patch. The crowd parts. His face changes, shock, then something like reverence. He steps closer, voice low. Stand down. Don't touch anything else. That's Ghost. The guards freeze. Ghost? The word hangs in the air, heavy with meaning they don't understand. Harper's tone isn't just an order. It's a warning. Sarah's gaze meets his. And for the first time, she shifts just slightly, like a weight has lifted. The checkpoint, moments ago a battleground of suspicion, is now something else entirely. A reckoning. Harper motions to the guards. Clear the area. Now Ellis and Carter hesitate, confused, but they obey. The crowd disperses, whispering. Sarah picks up her patch, folding it carefully, her fingers steady. Harper looks at her not as a colonel, but as a man who's seen too much. You're one of them, aren't you? Sarah's voice is quiet, steady. Depends on who's asking. The words are simple, but they carry a decade of secrets. Harper doesn't press. He gestures to the checkpoint office. Let's talk. Alone. As they walk away, Ellis whispers to Carter, Ghost. What's that? Carter shakes his head. I don't know, but the colonel does. And that's enough for me. Inside the office, the door closes. The world outside fades. Sarah sets her map of her hidden life. Harper sits, his face a mix of disbelief and respect. We thought your team was gone. All of you, Kandahar 2012. Sarah nods, her expression unreadable. That's what the records say. But records lie. Her words are a spark, igniting a story that's been buried for years. A story of survival, betrayal, and a woman who chose to disappear rather than break. The checkpoint was just the beginning. What Sarah's about to reveal will shake Fort Brenner to its core. And it starts with a truth no one saw coming. Colonel Daniel Harper leans back in his chair, the small checkpoint office at Fort Brenner feeling smaller by the second. The ghost patch lies on the desk between him and Sarah Mitchell, its gray wolf emblem a silent scream from a past he thought was buried. His fingers hover over it, not daring to touch. Sarah sits across from him, her face calm, but her eyes hold a weight that could crush a lesser soul. The air is thick with questions neither wants to ask first. Harper breaks the silence. Kandahar 2012. We were told your unit was wiped out. Ambush. No survivors. Sarah's gaze doesn't waver. That's the story they sold. Some of us made it out. Not many. Her voice is steady, like she's reciting a fact, not reliving a nightmare. Harper's jaw tightens. He was there, not with her unit, but close enough to hear the aftermath. Ghost team. Elite invisible, the kind of soldiers who didn't exist on paper. They'd saved his platoon, pulled 47 men from a kill zone under fire. He'd never seen their faces, but he'd seen the wolf patch. And now here it is on a civilian's table, carried by a woman who shouldn't be alive. Why didn't you come forward? He asks, his voice low, almost pleading. Sarah's lips press thin. Last time I tried, they burned my name from every system. Ghost team doesn't exist, neither do I. Her words hit like a punch. Harper knows the military's darker corners. Cover-ups, erased records, scapegoats for failed ops. He leans forward, studying her logbook, its pages dense with encrypted notes, frequencies, drone schematics. One entry catches his eye, a pattern of signal interference, identical to the glitches plaguing Fort Brenner's training drones for months. He points to it. This. How do you know about our drone issues? Classified ops. Sarah, you're a civilian. She doesn't blink. Someone's jamming your systems, not a glitch. A backdoor signal. I know because I built the original protocols they're exploiting. Harper's breath catches. The implications are staggering. Sarah isn't just a survivor. She's the architect of the base's core defenses. Systems still in use a decade later. He pushes the logbook back. You're saying our security's been compromised because of your old work. Sarah nods, slow, deliberate. Someone knows Joe's team's tech. They're using it against you. Her words hang heavy, a warning wrapped in certainty. Harper's mind races. A rogue operative. A leak. He glances at the patch again, then at Sarah. You're Shadow 7, aren't you? The signal specialist. Sarah's eyes flicker, just for a moment. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. She doesn't confirm it, but she doesn't deny it either. Harper stands, pacing the small room. He's a colonel used to command, but this feels different. This is a ghost, a legend, sitting in front of him. He stops, turns to her. Why now? Why show up with an expired pass, risking all this? Sarah's voice softens, but it's steel beneath. Because I saw the interference patterns in your drone logs. Public reports unclassified, they looked familiar. Too familiar. I couldn't stay quiet. Not when lives are at stake. Harper feels a chill. Familiar. The word implies something personal, someone from her past. He wants to press, but a knock interrupts. A tech officer, Lieutenant Jenna Cole, steps in, holding a classified folder. Sir, we checked the handwriting in her logbook against old Ghost team records. It's a match. Shadow 7. Designed the counter, jamming tech we still use. Harper nods, dismissing her. He turns back to Sarah, his voice quieter now. You built the foundation of this base's security, and now you're telling me it's being used against us. Sarah leans forward, her calm cracking just enough to show the fire beneath. Whoever's doing this knows my work. My mistakes. I didn't come here for clearance or a medal. I came to fix it. Harper studies her, seeing not just a soldier, but a woman who's carried a decade of guilt, of silence, of being nothing to a world she once protected. He makes a decision. What do you need? Sarah's answer is immediate. 48 hours. Access to your drone systems. A small team who can follow orders without questions. Harper hesitates, then nods. Done. He calls for Cole. Get me 3 techs. Trusted ones. No chatter. As the door closes, Sarah picks up her patch, folding it into her pocket. Harper watches her, a mix of respect and unease. She's not just a ghost, she's a reckoning. Outside, the checkpoint buzzes with whispers. Private Ellis and Sergeant Carter, still shaken, pass the word. Ghost team. That's what the colonel said. Never heard of it, you? Carter shakes his head. Doesn't matter. She's someone. Someone big. The base is already changing. Ripples spreading from a single patch on a table. Sarah's return isn't just a moment. It's a shift. Fort Brenner's been running on her systems for years, never knowing the woman behind them was still out there watching, waiting. Now, she's back, and the truth she carries is bigger than anyone expects. Harper feels it, a weight in his gut. This isn't just about drones. It's about secrets, buried deep, clawing their way to the surface. Sarah's here to stop a threat, but what she doesn't say, what she can't yet say, is that the enemy might be one of her own. Someone who walked out of Kandahar with her. Someone who didn't choose silence. As she steps out of the office, Logbook in hand, the base feels different. Soldiers glance her way, curious, wary. She's no longer invisible, and that's the problem. For a ghost, being seen is the most dangerous thing of all. Sarah Mitchell sits in a small, dimly lit room at Fort Brenner, her logbook open on the table. Colonel Daniel Harper paces, his boots echoing softly. The air feels heavy, like the moment before a storm. He stops, his eyes fixed on her. Kandahar 2012. Tell me what really happened. Sarah's fingers trace the edge of her logbook, her face unreadable. Most of it's classified, erased. You know how it works. Harper's voice sharpens. I was there, Sarah. Not with your team, but close enough. I owe my life to Ghost Team, so do 46 others. I need to know. She leans back, her calm a shield. For a moment, she's not in Virginia. She's back in the dust and chaos of Afghanistan, the air thick with smoke, radios screaming static. Her voice, when it comes, is low, deliberate. We were sent to secure a comms relay. High-value target. Intel said it was a clean-up. It wasn't. Ambush hit us at dawn. Half the team was gone in minutes. Harper's jaw tightens. He remembers the reports, vague, sanitized. Sarah continues. I was signals. My job was to keep the drones up, block enemy jams. I did my part, but the intel was bad. Someone sold us out. Her words land like a blade. Harper stops pacing. Sold out. By who? Sarah's eyes meet his. Steady but guarded. That's the question I've been chasing for 10 years. We lost 8 people. Good people. The rest of us, me. 2 others. Crawled out of that valley. Barely. Harper sits, his voice softer now. The record said no survivors. How'd you disappear? Sarah's lips twitch. Not quite a smile. When you're Ghost Team, disappearing is what you do. We were told to stay quiet. New identities. No contact. The mission never happened. I followed orders. Harper leans forward. But you didn't stay gone. You're here. Why? Sarah's calm cracks, just for a second. Because the drone interference at this base, it's not random. The signal patterns match tech I designed. Tech only my team knew. Harper's breath catches. You're saying one of your own is behind this? Sarah doesn't answer directly. She flips her logbook to a page of encrypted notes, pointing to a jagged waveform. This is the interference hitting your drones. It's not just sabotage. It's personal. Someone's using my mistakes against you. Harper studies the page, his mind racing. Ghost Team was a myth even when it existed. Small, elite, built for impossible missions. If one of them turned, it's a nightmare. He looks at Sarah. She hesitates, her first real pause. I thought it was just me for years. Now, I'm not sure. Her voice carries a weight Harper recognizes. Guilt, mixed with resolve. She's not just fighting a threat. She's fighting her past. He presses. You suspect someone. Who? Sarah's eyes harden. If I had a name, I'd have found them by now. But the patterns, they feel like Caleb. My second in command, brilliant, ruthless. He was with me in Kandahar. Harper's stomach twists. Caleb, a name from a ghost story. He makes a mental note to check classified archives. Sarah closes her logbook. I didn't come here to dig up graves. I came to stop this before it costs lives. Harper nods, but his unease grows. He calls for Lieutenant Jenna Cole. Pull every record we have on Ghost Team. Look for a Caleb. Signals expert. Cole nods, leaving quickly. Sarah watches her go, her face unreadable again. Harper tries a different angle. Why the expired pass? Why sneak in like this? Sarah's voice is quiet but firm. Last time I trusted the system, it erased me. I learned to move quiet, stay invisible. It's how I've survived. Harper feels the truth in her words. She's not just a soldier, she's a survivor of a war that never officially happened. He leans back. Your team saved my men. I never got to thank you. Sarah's gaze softens, just slightly. You're alive. That's enough. The words are simple, but they carry a decade of sacrifice. Harper shifts gears. You said you need 48 hours. What's the plan? Sarah's answer is immediate. I'll audit your drone systems, find the back door, and seal it. But I need to know you trust me. Harper doesn't hesitate. You've got my trust. And my resources. He pauses, then adds, but if Caleb's out there, we need to be ready. He's not just a ghost. He's a threat. Sarah nods, her face a mask again. I've been ready for 10 years. The room falls silent. Outside, Fort Brenner hums with routine, soldiers training, drones buzzing overhead. But inside, a different battle is brewing. Sarah's not just fighting code or signals. She's fighting the shadows of her own team, the ghosts she thought she'd left behind. Harper watches her, seeing the toll of a decade in hiding. She's not broken, but she's scarred. He wonders what it cost her to come back, to step into the light. As Sarah gathers her logbook, a memory surfaces. Kandahar. The drones she kept online saved his platoon, guiding them through a storm of gunfire. He never saw her face, but he remembers the voice on the radio. Calm, steady, cutting through chaos. Shadow 7. It was her. Now, she's here, and the chaos is back. Harper stands. Let's get you set up. Time's short. Sarah nods, slinging her backpack over her shoulder. She moves with purpose, but Harper sees the weight she carries. Not just the bag, but the past. As they step out, soldiers glance her way, whispers spreading. Ghost team. The name is a spark, igniting curiosity, fear, respect. Sarah ignores it. She's used to being invisible. But invisibility is a shield, and shields can crack. Harper knows this. So does she. The truth about Kandahar isn't just a story, it's a wound. And wounds like that don't heal clean. Sarah's here to stop a threat, but she's also here to face the betrayal that broke her team. Caleb, or whoever's out there, isn't just jamming drones. They're calling her out. And Sarah's answering. Not with words, but with action. As she walks toward the drone control room, Harper feels it. A shift. Fort Brenner's about to learn what a ghost can do when she stops hiding. Sarah Mitchell steps into Fort Brenner's drone control room, a sterile space humming with monitors and the faint buzz of servers. Her olive backpack hits the floor with a soft thud. 3 tech officers, handpicked by Colonel Daniel Harper, stand ready. Lieutenant Jenna Cole, Specialist Marcus Reed, and Tech Sergeant Lauren Hayes. They're skilled, loyal, but their eyes betray doubt. A civilian with an expired pass, leading them. Sarah feels their skepticism but doesn't care. She's here to fix a breach, not win friends. Her logbook opens, pages worn from years of use. Let's start with the signal logs. Pull the last 72 hours. Her voice is calm, commanding without trying. Reed hesitates, glancing at Cole. You sure about this? Cole nods. Cole orders. Move. The team dives in, screens flickering with data. Sarah's fingers trace a monitor, her mind already mapping the interference patterns. She sees it, the jagged waveform, a ghost from her past, woven into the drone's comms. It's not just sabotage. It's a signature. Someone who knows her work inside out. She points to a spike. There. That's the back door. Whoever's doing this is using my old encryption keys. Hay is young and eager, leans in. How's that possible? Those keys are ancient. Sarah's eyes don't leave the screen. They're ancient because I wrote them. A decade ago. The room shifts. Reed the skeptic pauses mid-keystroke. You wrote the core system. Sarah nods, already typing. Parts of it, enough to know where it's weak. Her hands move fast, code flowing like a language she never forgot. The team watches, doubt turning to awe. She's not just fixing a glitch, she's rewriting history. Cole pulls up a diagnostic. Mom, this interference, it's targeted. Training drones only. Why not combat units? Sarah's voice is steady. Because they're testing. Probing. Whoever this is, they're not ready to hit hard, not yet. Her words chill the room. A test means something bigger's coming. She doesn't say it, but her mind flashes to Caleb, her old second, in command. His precision, his ruthlessness. If it's him, he's playing a long game. She pushes the thought down, focusing on the code. Patch the fallback frequencies first. Use this encryption. She slides her logbook to Hayes, a string of numbers and symbols no one else could decipher. Hayes hesitates. This isn't in our manuals. Sarah's gaze is from in mine. Do it. The team moves, following her lead. Hours pass, screens glowing, coffee cups piling up. Sarah's a machine, calm, relentless, spotting flaws no one else sees. Reed, now a believer, mutters, she's not just good. She's unreal. Cole nods, watching Sarah tweak a signal filter. This is ghost team stuff. Pure legend, but Sarah's not here for praise. She's here for the truth. As she works, whispers spread beyond the room. Soldiers in the mess hall talk. That woman in the control room, she's fixing the drones. Heard she's ghost team. No way. That unit's a myth. The rumors grow, but Sarah stays focused. She's deep in the system now, sealing cracks, building walls. Every line of code is a step toward stopping the threat and toward facing whoever's behind it. Late into the night, Harper stops by, his face etched with worry. Progress? Sarah doesn't look up. Found the back door. Closing it now, should hold for 48 hours. Harper nods, but his eyes linger on her logbook. Any sign of him? Sarah's hands pause, just for a second. Not yet. But the patterns, they're his style. Harper doesn't push. He knows she's carrying more than code. He leaves, and the team keeps going. Sarah's mind races as she works. Kandahar taught her trust is a luxury. Her team was family, but Caleb, he always pushed harder, questioned orders, wanted more. If he survived, if he's out there, this sabotage is his way of shouting into the void. She shakes it off, focusing on the present. Another hour and she's done. The patches live. She leans back, exhausted but alert. Test it. Cole runs a simulation. The drone signals hold no interference. The team exhales, but Sarah doesn't celebrate. This is just the start. She turns to Reed. Set up a monitor for any new signals. If they try again, I want to know. Reed nods, no hesitation now. Yes, Mom. The team's dynamic has shifted. They're not just following orders, they're following her. As they wrap up, Hayes speaks, voice quiet. Mom, why'd you come back? You could have stayed hidden. Sarah looks at her, sees the question in her eyes. Because I built this system. If it fails, that's on me. Her words are simple, but they carry a decade of guilt. The team nods, understanding more than she says. They pack up, but Sarah stays, staring at the screens. The patch will hold, but the threat's still out there. She feels it. A shadow, watching, waiting. Caleb or not, they know she's here now. She's not invisible anymore. Outside, the base hums with new energy. Soldiers pass stories in the barracks. The checkpoint woman, she's no civilian. She's fixing what we couldn't. Colonel Harper vouched for her. That's big. The myth of Ghost Team grows, and Sarah's at its center, whether she wants it or not. She slings her backpack over her shoulder, stepping into the night. The air's cool, but her mind's on fire. Every step feels like a challenge to the ghost she's chasing. She's rebuilt the system, but the real fight's coming. And deep down, she knows it's not just about drones. It's about Kandahar, about betrayal, about the family she lost. As she walks, a young soldier nods to her, respectful, curious. She nods back, but her eyes are distant. She's not here for respect. She's here to end this. And if Caleb's out there, he's about to learn what happens when a ghost stops running. Sarah Mitchell stands in Fort Brenner's drone control room, her eyes locked on a bank of monitors. The air hums with tension, the kind that makes your skin prickle. Lieutenant Jenna Cole, Specialist Marcus Reed, and Tech Sergeant Lauren Hayes work in sync, their hands flying across keyboards, guided by Sarah's steady commands. It's been 48 hours since she walked through the checkpoint, and the base is on edge. Her patches are live, the back door sealed, but Sarah knows better than to relax. The interference patterns she's been chasing, they're too precise, too personal. Whoever's behind this isn't done. She feels it, a shadow circling closer. Cole glances at her. Ma'am, systems are stable. No hits on the new monitors. Sarah nods, but her jaw is tight. Keep watching, they'll try again. Her voice is calm, but there's steel beneath it. Reed, now a convert to her brilliance, adjusts a signal filter. Got it. If they poke, we'll see it. The room is a fortress of focus, but outside, Fort Brenner buzzes with rumors. The woman from the checkpoint, she's Ghost Team. Fix the drones. Colonel Harper's backing her. Soldiers whisper in the mess hall. Their voices a mix of awe and disbelief. Sarah ignores it. She's not here for legends. She's here for answers. The clock ticks past noon when it happens. A training mission, 3 drones in the air, routine patterns over Virginia's hills. Suddenly, the monitors flash red. Cole's voice cuts through. GPS signals dropping. All 3 birds, they're going erratic. Hayes leans in, panic creeping into her tone. This isn't our patch system failing, is it? Sarah's already at a terminal, her fingers a blur. No, this is a new attack, stronger. Her mind races, decoding the signal in real time. It's the same signature, but amplified like a shout instead of a whisper. Caleb. It has to be him. She doesn't say it, but the name burns in her chest. Reed calls out. They're veering toward restricted airspace. If they crash, Sarah cuts him off. They won't. Switch to manual override. Now, the team scrambles, but the drones don't respond. The interference is drowning out their commands. Sarah's voice stays steady. Run my fallback protocol. The one I uploaded last night. Cole hesitates, then nods. Engaging, the screens flicker, and for a moment the room holds its breath. Then, one by one, the drones stabilize. Sarah's protocol kicks in, rerouting signals through her custom encryption. The erratic patterns smooth out, and manual control locks back in. Hayes exhales. They're holding. We've got them. Reed grins, shaking his head. That was unreal. You just saved $50 million in hardware. Sarah doesn't smile. She's staring at the interference log, her face unreadable. This wasn't a test. They meant to crash those drones. She points to the waveform on screen. See this. It's not just jamming. It's a message. Cole frowns. A message. To who? Sarah's voice is quiet. To me. The room goes still. The team exchanges glances, but no one questions her. They've seen enough to trust her instincts. Harper bursts in, his face grim. Status. Cole updates him. Drones are safe. Sarah's protocol caught it. Harper looks at Sarah, respect in his eyes. You just saved this base a catastrophe. Sarah doesn't acknowledge the praise. She's still focused on the log. This attack used a key I wrote in Kandahar. Only my team had access. Harper's eyes narrow. You're sure it's him, Caleb? Sarah hesitates, then nods. The patterns match his style. precise, arrogant. He's showing off. Harper's voice hardens. If he's out there, we'll find him. What do you need? Sarah turns to him, her gaze unwavering. More time. And access to your signal archives. If he's leaving messages, I'll find them. Harper nods. You've got it. He pauses, then adds, the base owes you, Sarah. She shakes her head. I didn't do this for thanks. I did it to stop him. The words carry a weight the team feels but doesn't fully understand. Harper leaves, and Sarah turns back to the monitors. The drones are safe, but the threat's still out there. She feels Caleb's presence like a ghost in the code. He's not just attacking the base, he's challenging her, daring her to step out of the shadows. The rest of the day is a blur of diagnostics and tweaks. Sarah combs through signal archives, hunting for traces of Caleb's handiwork. Every anomaly, every glitch, feels like a breadcrumb leading back to Kandahar. The team stays late, their skepticism long gone. Reed, once doubtful, now watches her like a student. Hayes whispers to Cole she's not just fixing systems. She's fighting a war we can't see. Cole nods, that's what Ghost Team does. By nightfall, Sarah's found something, a faint signal buried in old logs months before the attacks began. It's subtle, but it's his. A test run. She marks it, her mind racing. He's been planning this for years. But why now? What's he after? She doesn't have answers, but she has a trail. As the team wraps up, Harper returns. A classified folder in hand. We found something. A record of Caleb Voss, Ghost Team. Signals expert, listed as KIA in 2012. Sarah's breath catches, listed. But not confirmed. Harper nods. We're digging deeper. If he's alive, we'll know. Sarah gathers her logbook, her face a mask again. Let me know what you find, I'll keep working. She steps into the night, the base quiet now. Soldiers pass, some nodding, others staring. The checkpoint incident feels like a lifetime ago. She's not invisible anymore, and that makes her uneasy. Fame is a trap for a ghost. As she walks, a memory surfaces. Kandahar, Caleb at her side, laughing as they cracked an enemy code. He was her brother, in arms her equal. But there was always something in his eyes, a hunger for more. If he's out there, he's not the man she knew. He's something else, something dangerous. Sarah reaches her quarters, her backpack heavy. The drones are safe, the base is secure, but she's not done. Caleb's out there, and this was just the opening shot. She's ready for the next one, and deep down, she knows it's coming. Sarah Mitchell walks through Fort Brenner's quiet corridors, her boots soft against the concrete. The base is different now, alive with a new rhythm. Soldiers nod as she passes, their eyes carrying respect, curiosity, even awe. The checkpoint incident, the drone crisis. Her actions have woven her into the base's story, but Sarah feels the weight of their gazes. She's spent a decade as a ghost, invisible, untouchable. Being seen feels like a crack in her armor. Her backpack, lighter now, swings against her shoulder. Inside, her logbook holds the truth of her work, her past, and the shadow she's chasing. Caleb. The interference has stopped, her patch is holding strong, but she knows it's not over. Not yet. In the drone control room, Lieutenant Jenna Cole, Specialist Marcus Reed, and Tech Sergeant Lauren Hayes wait for her. They're no longer just a team. They're hers, bound by trust forged in crisis. Cole speaks first. Ma'am, the systems are clean. No new signals. Your protocols are bulletproof. Sarah nods, scanning the monitors. Good. Keep the monitors running. He'll try again. Reed leans forward. You still think it's Caleb? Sarah's eyes flicker, a rare moment of vulnerability. I know it's him. The patterns, the arrogance, it's his signature. She doesn't elaborate, and they don't push. They've seen enough to believe her. Hay is ever curious, hesitates before asking, why do you think he's doing this? Sarah's answer is quiet, heavy. Some people don't survive betrayal. It breaks them, changes them. Her words linger, a window into the pain she carries. The team nods, understanding more than she says. Colonel Daniel Harper enters, his face a mix of relief and resolve. He carries a classified folder, its edges worn. Sarah, we've got a briefing with the senior staff. They need to know what happened. And who you are? Sarah's jaw tightens. I'm not here for speeches, Daniel. I did what I came to do. Harper's voice softens. You saved this base. 50 million in drones, maybe lives on the ground. That's not nothing. Sarah looks away, her fingers brushing her logbook. I didn't do it for credit. I did it because I couldn't let it happen again. Harper knows she means Kandahar, the ambush, the betrayal, the team she lost. He doesn't push. Instead, he gestures to the folder. We found more on Caleb Voss. Last sighting 2013. Off-grid. No trace since. If he's out there, he's a ghost like you. Sarah's eyes harden. He's no ghost, he's a predator. And I'll find him. Harper nods, respecting her resolve. The briefing's in an hour. I'd like you there. Sarah hesitates, then agrees, I'll come. But no fanfare. I'm not one of your soldiers. Harper smiles just slightly. Never thought you were. The briefing room is packed, senior officers lining the walls. Harper stands at the front, Sarah in the back, her canvas jacket a stark contrast to the pressed uniforms. He begins, his voice steady. 3 days ago, we nearly lost 3 drones to deliberate sabotage, a targeted attack exploiting our own systems. Thanks to Sarah Mitchell, we didn't. He gestures to her and the room turns. Sarah keeps her eyes forward, uncomfortable but resolute. Harper continues, she's Ghost Team, call sign Shadow 7, designed the protocols that saved us. A major in the front row speaks up. Ghost Team was disbanded. How do we verify her? Harper's voice is firm. I was in Kandahar 2012. Her unit saved my platoon. I'm standing here because of her. The room falls silent. He pulls out the folder. Her handwriting matches classified records. She's the real deal. Sarah feels the weight of their stares, but she doesn't flinch. Harper turns to her. Anything to add? She steps forward, her voice clear. The threat's not over. Whoever did this knows Ghost Team tech. They're still out there. I'll help you stop them, but I work my way. No records, no ranks. A murmur ripples through the room, but Harper nods. Agreed. He salutes her, a gesture that silences the whispers. Ma'am, it's an honor. Sarah doesn't return the salute. Instead, she nods, her eyes steady. The honor's in the work, not the titles. The officers rise, some clapping, others watching in quiet respect. Sarah slips out, the attention suffocating. Outside, the air is cool, the base settling into dusk. She pauses at the checkpoint where it all began. A small steel plaque now sits on the booth's back wall, engraved simply for the guardian who needed no orders. Ghost Team Lives. Sarah's fingers brush it, her face unreadable. She didn't ask for this, didn't want it. But it's there, a quiet mark of what she's done. Private Ryan Ellis, the guard who searched her bag, approaches, his face sheepish. Mom, I'm sorry. For the checkpoint, we didn't know. Sarah's gaze softens. You did your job, that's enough. Ellis nods, grateful, and walks away. Sarah slings her backpack over her shoulder, heading for the gate. Harper catches up. Where to now? She doesn't look back. Wherever the signal leads, I'll be back. Once a week to check the systems. Harper nods, understanding. No records. Sarah's voice is firm. No records. Some ghosts stay hidden. He watches her go, a lone figure against the fading light. The base is safer because of her, but she's not here to stay. She's a protector, not a hero, and she's chosen her path. Months pass. The interference stops, either because Caleb's gone silent or because Sarah's defenses are unbreakable. No one knows for sure. She returns weekly, always in civilian clothes, quietly inspecting systems. They call her Miss Mitchell now, their voices warm with respect. Her work ripples beyond Fort Brenner. Her protocols become standard across bases nationwide. New officers hear the story. If you're stuck, ask the civilian who shows up on Wednesdays. She'll see what you can't. Sarah never seeks the spotlight. She works in the shadows, where she's strongest, and somewhere out there Caleb waits. She feels him, a ghost as real as she is. When the time comes, she'll face him alone. Sarah Mitchell's story isn't about glory or medals. It's about a woman who chose duty over recognition, who carried a decade of loss and still stood tall. She walked into Fort Brenner not to reclaim her name, but to protect a system she built, a system that protected others. Her silence, her resolve, her refusal to be anything but a ghost. They remind us that the truest heroes don't need applause. They work in the quiet, where the real battles are fought. Sarah taught a base, and maybe us. That trust isn't in titles or records, it's in actions, in showing up even when the world forgot you. She's out there now, chasing a shadow, guarding a world that may never know her name. And that's enough for her. It should be enough for us. Look around. The people who protect us most might be the ones we never see. Respect their silence. Honor their work. And if you ever meet a ghost like Sarah, listen. Their story might just change yours.